It's our second day here, guys. We just had lunch.
I got him his fucking Robin.
I got a Robin.
Got it through like the
Thanks to Mark. Now I think we're going to Long Beach, maybe.
So
who knows? See you guys soon.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. I'll keep you guys.
Alright guys, we ended up at the Queen Mary. Anybody who knows a bit of history about this, it's a haunted ship, so we're gonna go on it and see what's up. See you guys soon. Guys, they have like a little wishing fountain. We're gonna throw it in. He is fucking needy. So dark. Guys, this is the engine room, I think, of the Queen Mary. Look at how cool it looks. Sorry. Me too. Oh wow. Captain Jose and Captain Lucas.
Are we getting this tonight? It's like us. Let's steer to some shit.
How are you staring into those nice DMs? You gonna break it, bitch.
We did the remake. We caught somebody walking in the engine room. Where were you just working? Like down this part. This is the same part. Why is that good to keep on?
I'm scared that when I'm editing the video, I'm gonna see like a face or something.
Pretty good.
What?
I'll watch it. Ghost Adventures.
Let's go down here. Never mind. That is an exit. Are you scared, Lucas?
Yep.
Not really. This is creepy.
You guys need something like that.
Oh, this is so fucking creepy.
Do you hear that?
No, stop making noises.
Come here.
No, let's go. Guys, I'm fucking scared.
I'm getting the chills.
So we heard footsteps and we're going back in to investigate. I fucking hear footsteps behind me.
I told you. See, even he said he heard footsteps behind him. What was that? Starting to become creepy now.
Her.
He was just looking behind. So how was it?
If the girl tries to get me, I won't be like, Daddy.
That's why.
Guys, we're at Long Beach, California right now.
4D theater.
Look at this fucking view. Jesus Christ.
Look to the engine room. Get yourself. Yeah. And then
So
now
nice.
on part of the tech.
Another one. These lovebirds. Aww. Jordan's bitter ass. And Jose. No, I'm not. I'm actually very happy right now.
Oh, no.
Did you look at this display, guys? This little model. Fucking cool. That was scary. There's display boats everywhere. If I was like a little sailor, I would be obsessed. This looks so cool. Okay, we'll see wherever we end up going, guys. Oh, bye. For all the little Lego collectors, look, my little brother would love this if he was here. This is all made out of Legos. Lego people. The captain of the ship's head is literally made out of Legos too. How cool. Look guys, this is the isolation one of them. What? Yeah.
In there? Did you go in there?
Where? Show us. Paranormal Activity.
In there. You have to watch your step. In there. It's creepy as fuck.
Fucking Jordan's in here, huh? I'm not stupid. Bitch.
What happened?
Scared me.
Oh, I didn't do this one. That's crazy.
What's this? Oh, we can go in it.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me though.
Oh, this is how small this place was?
And then I was like, I don't know, when I came here, I got like a weird vibe. Well, yeah, look what kind of go right here. And this is why?
Influenza.
This is why they made vaccines for smallpox and influenza. Smallpox and influenza.
Hashtag Dr. Jose.
Okay, let's go. Do you know where to go?
Guys, look, this is like where the children used to play in the corner. That thing is fucking scary.
Okay, sorry,
What are we doing, Mark?
we're doing a punch tour. I would watch you, but my camera's dead.
This is what we're doing. I'll try to see if I could record anything, and let's hope this is scary because we paid $30 for this. See you guys soon. Where's your phone? Why are you scared?
Voyages and carried over 800,000 troops throughout the course of World War II, had countless deaths on board during that time and after the war, had over 60 deaths just during her passenger years alone. Yeah, why would a ship like that be haunted, right? Yes, it's just a mystery. So yeah, the war is the time we really point us to a very specific incident that happened all the way back in in the ancient times of the 1990s. So there was a party that had been going on in here, raging into the night, and when it was done, it was time for our vet staff to come in and just clean up the room. They were just going to come in, clear out all the furniture and all the trash and everything. When they entered the room, the first thing they noticed was that a woman was standing right over here looking out the portal. They said that she was wearing a beautiful black dress and a black hat. So their immediate assumption was, oh, she must be from the party. She just didn't leave when everyone else did. Now, they didn't feel very confrontational, I guess, in that moment, because they said that they just sort of started cleaning on that side and hoped that by the time they got over here, she would sort of take the hint and leave. So they're cleaning up over there. They keep kind of, looking over to see if she's still there. Still hasn't moved a muscle since they entered the room. Eventually they decide, okay, now we have to actually do something about this. So they call their manager. She comes in and she talks to the woman. Something along the lines, ma'am, we really need to use the room. We need to clear this out. It's not safe for you to be in here. Can you please go back to your hotel room? Still nothing. No reaction whatsoever. So now they're getting a little irritated and a little weirded out. They don't know what's wrong with this woman. They call security, have her escorted from the room. They tell her as they're doing it, they're like, man, we have to call security. You kind of brought this on yourself. And so while they're waiting for security to arrive, they're just watching her, talking amongst themselves. And they said at one point she actually started moving. She started kind of looking around as if suddenly she had awoken from a trance. She didn't know where she was. So she's sort of looking around the room. And they start kind of approaching her like, ma'am, is everything okay? Do you need any help? As they're approaching her, within moments, all three of them claim to see this woman vanish into thin air right in front of their very eyes.
What the fuck?
Now, to this day, that is the longest reported continuous sighting of an apparition we've ever had on board the ship. Because from the time they first came in and saw her to the time she actually disappeared was somewhere in the realm of about 15 to 20 minutes. That is a long sighting. Usually sightings like this don't last anywhere near that.
So this is where they reported to see that lady. I don't see anything. But so creepy.
I can actually picture it happening in my head. I could see the woman right there looking at the window. You know what I mean.
I don't know.
So we're like in a maze section that they have during Halloween. Apparently there's somebody here, but we don't know that for sure.
Alright, so I just want to real quickly clarify what the whole deal with that area is. So this actually used to be crew quarters back when the ship was still sailing. The crew quarters were usually all the way at the very front or very back of the ship because those are the least comfortable places to be while it's sailing. And the people getting paid to be here anyway, right? Well, there was an incident that happened during World War II, and that's what sort of inspired the maze that went through this area. When I was talking about how crowded it would get on board, sometimes tensions would get pretty high, people would get pretty irritated with their conditions, and in this particular instance, they were also really irritated about the food. The quality that they were getting as far as food goes was just very, very low. And you gotta feel for the chefs, they're trying to mass produce massive amounts of food for all these troops, and it was very difficult to make it good on top of that, I guess. So just a lot of meat and potatoes, as you can imagine. So a couple people went into the kitchens to confront the chef. There was an altercation, and it led to the chef actually burning his face on his oven. We're not sure exactly how that happened. We think that the oven had been on for a while, somebody probably shoved his face into it. Very, very violent situation. Well, that in and of itself shouldn't have been lethal, except that it wasn't properly taken care of and it got infected, and it did cost him his life. That's a kind of a famous one on board the ship because many of our kitchen staff throughout the years have claimed that they believe his spirit is still in there. Sometimes things will just get knocked off shelves, or ovens will turn themselves on randomly, at least as far as they can tell. Things will get even knocked out of people's hands, and a few people here and there have even claimed to see him walking around in the kitchens. They say that they think he's in some kind of limbo state where he doesn't fully understand that he's kind of passed over, and he still thinks he's the head chef, and he gets kind of irritated when he sees all these people in there who don't work for him. So they decided to face this on him. This maze that went through here was called Feast, mainly because a lot of the crew that would have been staying in this area would have been kitchen crew, so they thought this would be an appropriate spot for it. Now next, we're going to be heading a little further down. We're going to go through this door right behind me, and then down a set of stairs. The staircase is a little steep, so be very careful, watch your step, and hold on to that handrail as we go down.
This is so fucking creepy.
This is cool. See? Wish if I'm on the camera, you know, like an EVP device. My brother has like 3 of them. Oh, look at that. Here. That's yeah. Somewhat.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me.
So we're at like the deepest end of this boat. This is where we are. Down here.
That's strange, right? Like, that's weird, right? Are you sure?
That's fucking. Weren't the lights on?
Yeah.
Alright everybody, before we finish up, one other thing I wanted to touch on is the first class pool area. So this is the original entrance for the first class pool. As you can see, it's a swimming pool right up here. If you've seen any number of reality TV shows about the paranormal that have been on the ship over the years, trust me, they've all been here. Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, Paranormal Files, Unsolved Mysteries, they've all been here at one time or another. And they tend to really focus on a very specific spirit that's most often seen kind of in this general area. She's said to be about 5 or 6 years old, blonde curly hair, a little blue dress, and they call her Jackie. So she is now the most famous apparition that we ever have reported on board the ship. People will sometimes come from miles away because they want to have an experience with Jackie. I've seen this firsthand. People tell me the number one reason they came here was because they want to find Jackie.
I experience her every day.
Is that her name?
No.
No, okay.
No, my name's Mal.
Oh, okay. Close enough. So people actually, they walk around with toys, they walk around singing lullabies, try to draw her out. She's very, very popular. There's a few theories as to who she is, where she comes from, because we don't have any records of a little girl of her age ever dying on board the ship, or any children for that matter. They think maybe she came from a period after the war. I don't think I mentioned this, but when the war was over, she was the bride and baby shuttle, Queen Mary was. And so she was carrying war brides and their children across the Atlantic. Now during that time, she was still a military ship. We still don't have records of who died on board, but we know from eyewitness reports that there was a little girl who drowned in one of the pools. We don't even really know specifically which one. We actually think it might have been the second class people. So it's possible that's where she comes from. It's also possible she didn't die on board the ship. Some people believe that some of the spirits here are people who spent time here when they were alive, and their spirit wanted to return after their death. And so it is possible that she was just someone who spent some time here and maybe didn't even die as a child. Maybe she died as an adult, but her spirit retook a child's form when she returned to the Queen Mary. Now we do know that she is not confined to the ship. She does not have to stay here if she doesn't want to, because people have reported seeing her in the dome outside as well. Back when the Spruce Goose was there in the early 90s, a couple security guards one time even said that they saw her running around after hours. So as far as we're concerned, she doesn't have to stay here, but she does definitely seem to want to. I personally have never seen Jackie, but I know many people on board the ship who have, and I've had some times where I've walked through this area late at night, totally empty, and I've heard a little girl's voice, I've heard a little girl laughing. It can get kind of creepy when there doesn't seem to be anybody around. Trust me on that one.
Guys, so our flight got canceled, right? But then Jordan got us a new one.
3 hours, an hour later.
This happened first thing this morning at 6 a.m. We realized it was canceled. It is now like it's 9.
It's 9 o'clock, yep.
It's 9 a.m. Californian Standard Time.
Is it really just 9?
But yeah, we're gonna go eat breakfast at El Pollo Loco, like the best place ever.
8:57.
And then we'll go home at 3. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this 3-day vacation. It was great. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and follow me on all my social media.
3-day vacation, which almost turned into a week vacation.
Not even a week.
Yeah, almost a week.
Oh my god, that looks so pretty. Anyways, bye. Hi guys, we're back home. We're at the Estate de Jose. Yeah, so you guys know how our flight got canceled. We finally got back here. I'm irritated, I'm tired, and yeah, there was not much to record. Again, I don't like recording when we're in the airport. It's pointless. We're just sitting there, bored. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this vlog. I don't know how long it's gonna be at the end of this and during this time right here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Please do subscribe. Like, always give it a like, it's important. Yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.